And Alex, why did you decide to serve with AmeriCorps originally? And was there a reason you decided to serve with Blugold Beginnings?
I really was looking for an opportunity to develop my education skills. So I'm going to be an educator. I wanted to become better working with kids. I had zero experience coming into Eau Claire when I went to school here, and I needed something to put me ahead of my my people I'm working with right now, or my other teachers. And I knew that this would help me with that. If I didn't do this, I wouldn't be prepared. I mean, even just the fact of building the skills of working with other people, working with students. Without that, I would not be as confident as I would be in a classroom. My student teaching experience really showed me that I had skills built, and then because I did a lot of presentations, a lot of trainings with the mentors. If I didn't do that already, I would have struggled my first few days in the classrooms.
It's good that it's giving you some practical experience to go along with your student teaching for when you enter the classroom.
Yeah. Without the experience that I got at Blugold Beginnings and AmeriCorps, I would not be as marketable. I would not be able to do the things I'm doing now, and I would just be more afraid. I'm more confident, so that was really important to me too.
That's great. And then, how long have you been serving with Blugold?
So I've been in Blugold Beginnings for the past 5 years, but I've been a part of the AmeriCorps aspect of it a year and a half now, I think. That would have been the summer of last year is when I first started, and then I've been through AmeriCorps ever since.
And then, Alex, looking back at your AmeriCorps experience with Blugold Beginnings for this last year and a half, are there any memories or highlights of your service you might be able to share with us today?
Yeah, and I think the biggest one is just building relationships. I feel like that's the strongest one for me. So you have the kids you're building relationships with, you have your coworkers, and that has been so helpful for me because I felt coming from a smaller town and not being in a bigger city like Eau Claire is, I felt like I didn't have a strong set of relationships with people in this area. Blugold Beginnings was that route, and so was AmeriCorps. AmeriCorps just strengthened a lot of those relationships that I had started. And I feel like because of AmeriCorps, I've been able to extend relationships, friendships beyond what I thought they would be. So So I know a lot more people because of it. And I feel like it's what makes the workplace more happy. And if I didn't have that, I'd be a lot more, I wouldn't feel as fulfilled as I do now.
That's great. And then do you think there are one or two things you'll probably take with you specifically from this experience that you'll be able to apply into your classroom?
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is just understanding people. And I think for that's like number one. I feel like I have met many different students, people from different backgrounds. Of course, the population we serve mostly is underrepresented low-income students, first-generation students of color. So that has been a big part of my development in terms of being able to teach. And if I have some experience in those areas, I feel more confident in the classroom teaching students with similar backgrounds, because I've at least heard a little bit more about their experiences and know a little bit more about just how to work with other people other than people that are different than me. And so that would be like the main one. And I think the other one would be just building relationships, because that was hard at first. I'm more introverted and I'm more not necessarily as outgoing as other people. And so being able to develop that ability to be more outgoing and interested in investing myself in other people and like trying to find ways to build those relationships, I'm much more confident in doing so.
And then Alex, what are your plans once your AmeriCorps service with Blugold Beginnings ends after the summer camps?
My plan, well, I'm still working on that. My wife is going to law school in New Hampshire, so I'll be going with her there. I'm not sure where I'm going to be going from here. I was hoping to get in the classroom, but I haven't heard back from any of my applications. I've been applying to other positions, very similar positions to Blugold Beginnings out in New Hampshire. So it's a whole new landscape, a whole new area, a lot of opportunities. I'm still figuring out some of those.
Alex, thank you so much for your AmeriCorps service with Blugold Beginnings. Really appreciate the difference you're able to make for youth in the Eau Claire area.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thanks so much for speaking with us today. We really appreciate you sharing your story and telling us a little bit about what the members at Blugold Beginnings are doing.
Thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Good luck with the move and hope everything turns out well. Thank you again.